Oh, hi there everybody. So today I'm going to have a start at this rather large handsome beast. Should put the zoom lens on to get it in. I'll put a better picture. So unlike some other videos I'm doing, I'm going to be doing this in short stages. I'm going to try to limit each section to one bit at a time. So part one is going to be part 1A, building the cockpit. So what I'm going to need for this, I'm going to need those parts. I'm going to be painting them as well. So I need paints E, F, and B, which are black, which is the B. F is red, and E is light ghost grey. Don't know if I have a ghost grey, but I've certainly got grey. So yeah, let's and there's also a decal to put in there. Not that you're going to be able to see it when it's all get together, but let's begin. Right then, find the parts. They're here somewhere. Come on. Okay, then, so we've got the main tray there. I wonder if I can build them into there while keeping it on the sprue so that I'll have something to hold it while it's painting. It's an idea. See how strong it is. Yeah, pretty good, that'll stay. So, little idea. So don't take anything off the sprue until you absolutely really have to. So that's the main cockpit area. You can see that there's some detailing on that part of the control panel. There's some detailing over there and down here. So that looks like it's going to be a job for dry brushing. Anyway, get the nice cutters to clean it up a bit. Got some really tiny parts here. So parts number 33. Parts number 33 which look a hell of a lot more detail in the drawing than they do on the sprue there, but should be okay. And they fit into those holes there. So while I'm doing that, I'll have a look at the main control panel there. Again, some dry brushing may be necessary, so should I do it before I put it in? Tough call. Flying off. Decisions. So this is going to be painted black. Yep. Flat black, as it says in the instructions. That's that. So the first thing I'm going to properly construct will be the seats, I think. And I'll actually put the control columns in next. I'll cut them off next. Do a bit of cleanup and should be fine. So for what they are supposed to be, they are a little bit chunky. But then you're really not going to see them, I don't think. And the hole's a bit big, or more accurately, the moulding is a bit poor. So what shall I do? Make this smaller or make the hole bigger? Let's make the hole bigger. Oh, it is the right, yes, this is the right hole. You know, I watched somebody else build one of these, or made a series of videos building this model, and he never actually finished it. He just got really upset with it because parts of it, primarily the parts near the engine section, wouldn't fit together properly. Certainly not as he wanted them to. So he decided to just can the project and do something else. So we're using extra thin for this, mostly. But there will be use of the thicker normal cement, or liquid cement. But most of the work I think is going to be extra thin. Can't even get it in there properly. Well, that's the first bit put together. I'm not going to do too much cleanup on these little bits in here because, as I said before, it's actually a good idea to do all this cleanup because I think as you continue in the hobby, doing these little bits of cleanup basically just gives you practice at cleaning up these little sections. Even if you can't see them, at least you know, well, I know that I've done it and I've done it right. The moulding not very good in this particular part. The front half appears to be slightly differently mounted to the other half. There's a definite gap. Don't know if you can actually see, it's a bit small, but again, it doesn't really matter because it's not going to be visible. Anyway, does it fit in the hole? No, it doesn't. So slightly better. I'll go at flattening the sides of it. There you go. Right, that's that done. Let's go on with the, put that aside for a moment. Let's go on with these seats. So parts 31 and 32, so basically 31 sticks to 32 and then you paint it. A lot of flash on this thing, and they don't fit together very well. There's a big gap in the back there on this spherical object back there. Is it worth my while filling it? Again, the practice is good, but a bit of a waste of time, a bit of waste of putty, so I'll just clean off the important bits. Yeah, I'll have to get rid of the reason why it won't get together properly. There's a large extrusion pin mark on this side, and they're all sticking out as well. But those three in there, this fourth one here, so I think it may be a good idea to sand this whole surface down, I think. And while I'm at it, get rid of the flash. Get the right pieces together. Slightly better. Yeah, there's a nice big flat big line down the middle. Doesn't fit together properly well. Anyway, I shall use some. I shall use the cement for this, the white stuff. Pretty good, that held together almost instantly. It's not instant glue by any means, but yeah, it's got together very well. Right then, so that'll fit. Where does it go? In there. Now see, there's a little hole at the bottom there, but there's no pin for it to fit in, so it's just sitting there like that, apparently. And it doesn't fit very well at all. I can see why the fellow had a bit of a tantrum and threw it out. So it looks like I'm going to have to shave off something off the back there to get it to fit in. I'll worry about that in a few minutes' time. bit too much glue in this. I'll get rid of some of it. Going to line it up. Right then. So there's the cockpit. As you can see, the seats don't fit in properly. There's a whole interesting thing about these particular seats, ejector seats. Unlike other seats, this whole thing, the pilot would sit inside there, so basically his bottom would go onto the seat there, his head up here, and this section here in an emergency would fold up, covering him entirely, and the whole thing would jettison out with a parachuting and stuff. Apparently it could keep you alive for quite a while, assuming you survived the ejection sequence. How to make it fit. So it looks like it's just a bit wide to fit in the space allocated. So if we can have a go doing the sides, trying to make sure we don't lose any of the detailing. I gotta admit, this is a rather poor fit, but we can make it work, I think. need one of the lesser used brushes to clean off the dust, and trial fit. So now I'm a bit concerned that if I don't get it in there properly, it may not fit into the body correctly. So I shall have a look and see if that will be the case. It will be a bit tricky with that in there, but this is just to get the height. So that's how it fits into the fuselage, and it doesn't fit properly. Everything's getting in the way. So is it going to be visible from outside anyway? And you can see how small the visible area is. So that appears to fit in okay. When the seat is in, this gets in the way, and it'll probably be the same on the other side, so it's going to be a tricky situation. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can work around it. So it'll just mean making this whole thing a little bit smaller. So I'm not going to worry too much about the areas that won't be visible from the outside. Give this another go. It's going to be a tight squeeze, I tell you. So what I'll do is I won't glue the chairs into the cockpit yet. Let's see if this one works better on this side. Does a little bit. Or maybe I will have to glue it in. See, they don't fit in properly. I guess I should have listened to what's his name, Nigel's modelling channel. Link in the space below, you can see what he's up to. But that's a tight squeeze for that one, and this is a bit looser. Yeah. I shall continue to remove material from the bottom of the seat, and I shall do that off camera. I'm going to stop recording now because we're running out of space, or running out of time. Anyway, here we go, and we're back. We're back. Anyway. This thing isn't very flat at all. Where's that pen? Pencil will do. Let's just see how much we're taking off. Don't know if I can see that. Anyway. Let's get in there. Yeah, this cockpit's not very symmetrical either, but that in there anyway. This particular one seems to sit higher in that side than it does on that side, or rather the space on that side for the seat is a bit tighter than it is on this side. So this side is quite loose, this side is, well, not. So tight fit on that side, and that side is quite loose, it's just falling off. So let's have a look. I have to chop off something off the back here now, so I've got the knife out and just hack away at this thing. Got some glue on this and take a chance. So this is the side that is a bit not tight, so let's get it seated. Yeah, that fits. Okay, so we'll it'll go with that. That's in there. So is it the same level? You can see this one is a bit lower than that one, and that's the main problem we're having here. This tilted back a bit, and because you know that the control sticks have moved, I've been fiddling with it. do some more sanding on this thing. Okay then. So there we have it. On the holding stick. Right then. Have another look. So that appears to fit in okay on that side and that side. Okay then. Right then, next step. Well, next step is this bit. Apparently there's a decal to put in here, so let's go and find that. So here you have the decal for the control panels. So I think it's going to be easier to paint and decal this before I put it onto there. So that is what I shall do. First, I shall remove some. That's not what I want to do. Anyway, that's fine. That'll go. I'll leave that as is. There's a mark of the top there which doesn't look like it should be there according to the drawing, so I shall just scrape off and clear this top bit of flash up here. Here we go. Do I even need to paint this front surface? I'll paint it anyway and then apply the decals as well. There's another holding stick. Righto, so if you're wondering how I made these sticks, these are crocodile clips, which are easily available in hardware stores or online, Amazon, eBay, wherever. Fairly cheap, even in actual shops. So, and these sticks, well, this is a bit of sprue, just wedge it in there, and this is one of those stirring sticks that such as what you may find in a coffee shop. You can also use some longer sticks. Here's one from a previous kit I'm doing. Now this is quite long, nearly a foot long, and it's a what do you call these things? There's a bag over there. Just a moment. It's a wooden skewer. As you can see, this is a 150 pack set of wooden skewers, and they're more than long enough, as you can see here. So you can either use the sharp end to poke something with it, as I've done with this one. So basically I've just put the pointy end into a hole, available hole in the model, in the part, and just stays there by friction. Or, as I've done with this one, you can put a crocodile clip on it, and that'll do the job just as well. If it's too long for you, well, it's a stick, it's wood, almost bamboo I think actually, so you can easily break it to the right length. Do a bit of a better job than that, hopefully. Anyway, right, time to turn on the compressor. Let's get some painting done.